Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a squat and deadlift day. And I started the day off with a box squat. I'm just slowly ramping these up. Like I said, I think I want to use mostly box work just to build my squat back up at this point. Haven't really been doing much squatting. Again, I get a lot out of box squats, and since I'm training the Good Morning again, I know historically if I just get really strong at Good Mornings and do some box squats, my squat tends to be pretty dang good, right? Tends to be pretty good. So it's going to be my strategy again. And mainly, this is because I hate squatting. But I'm at a point where just too much normal back squatting beats me up. Body doesn't like it. And I don't actually have to train it to be good at it. And that's kind of the other thing I've said. I really want to focus on the bench and the deadlift. And as long as I can come in and squat 500 pounds at a meet, that's all I care about. That's going to be my baseline from now on. I just want to hit 500 because I really want to put my efforts into the other lifts. I care about them more. I enjoy them more. So again, it's going to be benching and deadlifts. But I want that 405 bench and the 700 deadlift. So I'm going to work at those. All right, deadlifts. I decided today, let's make this really difficult. I'm going to use a Louis Simmons line. I want to get as strong as possible with the lightest weight that I can, right? That means we still lift heavy weight, by the way, when I say that. That weight might be 700 pounds for someone on a certain lift when he says that. Just an FYI. In this case, deficit deadlifts with a stiff bar. These are monstrously difficult. They're so hard. Like, look how hard that 500 pounds was. Even the grip, like the grip on the fifth rep. Like, I felt like I could have pulled another rep, maybe two, strength-wise, but my grip just couldn't hang on. And, again, I've been saying I want to do a lot of grip training with this, but here's the thing with it. Here's the thing. The stiff bar is much harder on grip. Deficit pulls are harder on grip. It is more difficult to grip a deficit deadlift, and people who've done it understand what I'm talking about. So I'm pretty happy to even get 5 with that. It was challenging, it challenged my grip. We're getting at a desired training response. Good mornings. I wanted to try to go heavy on these today. Again, form could have been a hair better with this, but I went up over 300 pounds. All right, let's get some 5s in. Mainly because, again, I run out of steam on this stuff, and I get so much volume on the glute ham raises and reverse hypers. I'm like, let's push the Good Mornings a little, because I've treated these as a primary exercise before and been very successful. The carryover was phenomenal to my squats and things. So let's push these back up. Granted, this is, again, the most difficult bar. Now, my real test of strength on the Good Morning is what can I do on the cambered bar, because that's the one I've hit 550 on before for a max. But, again, let's come back over to that point. Let's do a lot of our training with the most difficult versions. Okay? The most difficult, most awkward versions. Let's get the most hypertrophy, the most development with the lightest weights that we can, even when going heavy. Okay? So we use the most difficult versions, and that's what we did today. What's one of the most difficult squats? Box squats with a safety bar. Those are crazy hard. Deficit deadlifts is a stiff bar. Good mornings with the SSB. All right, we're doing the hard stuff. All right, we're doing the hard stuff. This is how we get to those big numbers, because everything else feels easy. Like, once you do that, it's so much easier. So I've noticed that in the past. If I can pull with that stiff bar on a deficit, what ends up happening? When I go back to just a deadlift bar off the floor, it's so much easier. We can move so much more weight. And that's one of the things that I challenge, and this is something I've pointed out repeatedly with myself, with clients. People have this idea that if you don't lift a weight, that you won't be able to lift it. And it's a strange idea that when you go to test your max, if you haven't slowly built to it, that you won't be able to hit these big numbers. I've proven in the past that that's not true. I've proven it's not true in the past. gone 6 months without touching anywhere near 600 pounds on a deadlift and pulling 625 at a charity event. Walked in and pulled it without really peaking. And pulled over 570 going in. Okay. So I would challenge people with that. So even let's say I did nothing but a bunch of deficit pulls with 500 and did rep work on it, but I continue to build all the muscles. I build the grip through all the rowing and grip work. I use glute ham raises, reverse hypers, good mornings, build all the muscles involved, and then come in and pull. You really think I'm not going to have a deadlift way up in the 600s? Come on. It's nonsense. This is why I don't believe in overload training, lockouts, all this stuff. I don't believe in it. We've seen repeatedly it's not true. Right? We've watched people come in and hit lifts that are much higher than anything they've hit in training. You just have to be strong. Okay? That's it. You have to be strong. If you're strong and you have the basic technique on a lot of these lifts, you're going to do fine. That's why I'm also even just messing with 315 a lot on the bench. I don't think that I'm going to have to do really heavy weights to bench my 405. I just have to get bigger. I have to get the bar path down. That's it. So what do we do for other work? Because I'm limiting the volume on the good mornings. I'm pushing them hard, but I can only handle so much, especially after pulling. After that, it's just glute ham raises, reverse hypers. Now, I did 5 sets of reverse hypers. It seems like I only got 4 sets on camera. I counted 5. I don't know why I only have 4 sets. Maybe I miscounted. Maybe the camera didn't film. But there's only 4 sets in here. But I feel like I did 5. Well, whatever. The end of the world. It's reverse hypers, You do them for volume anyways. Glute ham raises, though, keeping those a little lighter. I'd been doing a lot of 8s with the 25. I dropped down to the 10, and I'm doing, up to 12s. I think that last set, I think I only got 10 on the 3rd set. And you know what? That's okay. As long as there's a general upward trend in strength. Plus, I just did good mornings first. Hamstrings were probably more fatigued. All right. Overall, good workout. Very happy with it. Was able to get this one done early. I came in and started training at around 7. Adjusting my schedule a little bit. So I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.